Alright, here is the video review for Dr. Wu Chatter, aka Squawk Box, Squawk Talk and Beast Box, or Orang and Eagle, as they are called. And they are, you can see, they're designed to be roughly the same size and shape as the Siege little cassette bots. There they are, the Rumble, or Frenzy, whatever you want to call them. And they do fit in ish. I mean, like that's. I haven't found them to be any more problematic than some of the other cassettes, but you can get them there if you get everything flat in there and lined up properly. You can get them in Soundwave's chest. Now, Orang does have an actual cassette detailing there in the center, whereas Eagle does not. But yeah. Yes, and sometimes they'll get caught, but you can get them in there. And again, Eagle likes to get caught up like that. But depending on how you orient them, you can actually get them to pop out. It just depends on luck and just get them slightly weighted in such a way that they lean forward. There we go. It kind of works. But yeah, you can get them in Soundwave's chest just like all the others. Oh, come on. There we go. And then on to their modes. Now, the instructions say to combine them into the main robot first and then turn them into their individual modes, but we're not going to do that. We're going to come back down here. We're going to drop the camera because that's how it works. Still got some Play-Doh from the spoiler pack all over the place. So vacuum that up in a little bit. But yeah, here they are in their cassette modes. They also come with little weapons. These do separate, and they hold together okay. They're a little loose. You could conceivably knock them apart when you have them in their combined weapon mode. But these are Orang's weapons. These are Eagle's weapons. But you separate those for... put them on the wrong side. There we go. But Eagle's probably the weaker of the two for its robot mode, or bird mode. But you bring these out on the hinge here. Flip the feet down and under. Flip the tail out, and that's the head right there. You can see it's from front to back, a very squat, awkward bird. But it is a bird. It's got little bird feet, little bird legs, little bird face, little bird tail. And then these just kind of angle back, depending on which ball joint you want to use. But yeah, you just you can see the wing detailed there on the blue plastic. And then the weapons, again, I've had some issues getting these to stay in. But do they go right back there in that slot? See if I can't get these oriented properly. Because I think they go like this. And come on. They just kind of wedged together here in this empty space. And maybe they go like this. Here we go. There we go. There's a little cut there. In the back, just right about where the top of that gray piece is. There's a little cut back there, and the fins out. You just kind of tuck it in there. Although they're very small, and you gotta get them just right. And then like kind of just smish in there. It's a tight fit. But there is Eagle in alt mode. It does actually balance pretty well on the feet when you get it all set up properly. It's having some trouble here on the felt. Oh, that's backwards too. Well, maybe not backwards, but opposite of the other one. God, see? Should have had that arranged. Fin out, plug it in. And then same over here. Part of my problem with Eagle is that it's hard to securely hold it to do some of this stuff when everything's a hinge and all these pieces are small. But anyway, there's Eagle. Come on, stand forward. There we go. Let's leave the wings out like that. A little awkward, but hey. It's flying. He's soaring wide with his big eagle wings. And then Orang, bring his little monkey head down, rotate it around like that. And then the feet. You can have it like this as well. And it does get all the hollow spaces here on the back of the cassette. But when you have the cassette facing forward, his Squawk Box head is right there. So I usually just turn that around and use it like that as a cassette. But if you leave it like that, then you just have to bring the legs down like this. And he's got some little knees. The arms come up and rotate around so the elbows come forward with the fists. Again, rotate his gorilla or orangutan head around. And then these pieces rotate to bring the shoulders more forward or down. But you just kind of rotate to bring his monkey arms in. You can get him in kind of a monkey walking on his knuckles or on his fist pose, depending on how. Unfortunately, there's no the hips hinge here, so there's no hip bit, but you can kind of get him in a angle his head down. He's a monkey. He goes ooh, 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 ooh. And then you can take his weapons and tab them in to some slots on his back here. And there are the two of them in their alt modes. And then, very simply, go ahead and pop these weapons off. Fold the bird head back up. Fold that down. Bring the legs down like so. Or like this. Like that. Fold this onto the back. And then rotate. Right here, rotate so the feet face forward. There's his legs. Just like that. And then up here. Now again, when you go from the cassette mode, the instructions have his gorilla head sitting on the back, behind the head, just looking straight out of his back. But you can, if you want to disguise it maybe a little bit, you can turn it upside down and just kind of hits there. It's still sitting out of his back, but it's not quite as obviously an alternate head. Like you said, go ahead and fold those down, or you can, these kind of, yeah, I guess you want to fold them down like that. But bring the shoulders back up to their cassette mode position. Just rotate that hinge. And he does have a head swivel. Brings the monkey legs with it, or orangutan legs with it, but does have a head swivel. And then there's some slots right here, and this tab right here. You just kind of take that from the back, get those slots in, and slide it forward. And there is Squawk Box. And then the weapons. You want to make sure you do this right, because these, yeah, you want these two, the big tab, you want to go to the back. And then and same with the matching eagle weapon, you want to have it so it looks like that. So all the tabs for connecting to alt mode sit on the back, and then you'll have this tab facing inward and a couple of small detail tabs, and then just plug into the arms here, like this. And like, there we go, like that. And there is Squawk Box in robot mode. And again, no waist swivel because of the transformation, but does have a swivel at the neck, a ball joint shoulder, then as well as this hinge if you want some extra moves. It's got a hinge at the wrist. There is a bicep swivel there as well. The fist doesn't do anything. The fist can fold up, but don't need it to. And then again, ball joint at the hips, a thigh swivel, a hinge knee, dual hinge knee, and then a swivel there at the foot, although no ankle. Oh, actually, there is ankle tilt. Look at that. So pretty posable little Squawk Box, and that's pretty cool. And just for size, well, gotta stand up, dude. We're doing this. We're doing this for real now. Showtime synergy. That's not synergy. Anyway, here's a sound wave. They don't quite all fit in the frame. We'll see what we can't do about that. Push them back a little bit. See if we can't get them side by side and show one off there. Nope, lean forward. Come on, dude. There we go. There we go. I've got sound wave in the frame. Just like that. And then, just for scale, just to give you an idea of how they scale with the other cassettes. But yeah, it's a really fantastic. I've always loved Squawk Talk and Beast Box, Squawk Box all together. Slugfest and Overkill. I hope we get good Slugfest and Overkill soon. But I like their color scheme. It has that very late end of run purple and teal and gray Decepticon color scheme that so many of them had there at the end. But yeah, it was. I always liked the originals as a kid. This is a fantastic little upgrade from Dr. Wu for the Earthrise series, and I'm glad they did it. I'm glad somebody did it because, again, they're super fun. They're super posable, and it's a fun little combination. My only minor concern is that I worry having it configured like this. Like I said, they stay on decently, but it doesn't take a whole lot of effort for this to slide off of Eagle's weapon, and Eagle, they're both very small, and so there's a minor concern there. But you don't have to. You could. I don't think you need the weapons to still have a cool little Squawk box. So if you wanted to store those someplace safe, like in the box or in a parts bin, I don't think you would hurt. I do think like Orang does not need his weapons in alt mode. I do think Eagle suffers a little bit by not having something kind of filling in that gap behind his bird head. But again, personal choice. But just a fantastic little Squawk box from Dr. Wu, and I definitely recommend. There's a couple different colors. There's like a Nemesis color, and God, I can't remember what the other one was. But there are a couple alternate colors if you're interested in such. But I prefer the original, the teal and purple. I just think it pops and it's a fun little figure. Also, real quick before we go, I forgot to show off you get some little plasticky. His eyes are a little silly on this, but you get some little. Again, they're thin, they're bendable, but they are a plastic, so pretty durable little Orang box and Eagle box bio cards with stats on the back, as well as one for Chatter, aka Squawk box. So those are also in the package, which is very cool. But a really fun figure. Highly recommend picking one up, whatever color scheme you prefer.